Hi, welcome to a short demonstration on ePiP. In the first part of this video, we will answer the following questions. 1. What is ePiP? 2. What are its benefits to you as an English language learner? For the second part, I will be walking you through on how to navigate the program. Let's start. ePiP, or English Proficiency Intervention Program, is a technology-driven program that allows English learners to individually and interactively work on their communication skills. It delivers English content in a dynamic, interactive, and multisensory environment. Moreover, ePiP covers a wide variety of lessons to choose from, where learners will be able to practice skills in reading and listening comprehension, pronunciation, grammar, and English vocabulary by doing exercises. Aside from the lessons and activities, the program also provides quantitative evaluation in each unit for self-assessment. ePiP is a rich source of practice material for conversational English, interpersonal English, and business English, narrated by native English speakers for a more authentic learning experience. It's like having a private tutor in front of you whenever you need it. Before you pull up the ePiP player, make sure that you have a strong internet connection, a well-functioning set of headphones, and microphone to avoid any disturbance and to achieve higher accuracy in learning from the program. Let's now proceed to the navigation part, the login page. The first window you will see upon entering the program is the login page. Here, you just have to carefully type in your user ID and password, then click Login. Once you've successfully logged in, you will be routed to the next window where you will be asked to select a class. Selecting a unit. Choose the class assigned by your facilitator. Then, click Select. After choosing the assigned class, you will be routed to the next window where you will be asked to select a unit. In the same window, select My Library by clicking on the drop-down icon. Doing this will show you a list of folders containing all the units available for the class. Pick an assigned unit, then click Launch Unit at the bottom left of the window. Upon launching the unit, the next window you will see would now be the learning content and the exercises on the specific unit or topic you selected. The tools. At the top right of this window, you will notice 5 clickable tabs: Lesson, Repeat, Typing, Questions, and Results. And at the bottom of the window would be the tools that you will need to use the program. The monitor icon is used to maximize the window. The gear icon is for when you want to customize the setting of the player according to your preference. The undo icon lets you erase your previous progress so you can restart the unit with a clean slate. The next icon indicates the volume of your voice while recording. You can also use this to make sure the microphone is working the way it should. On the left side, there's the headphones icon for playback, the open book icon for hear word, and the stack of books icon for definition and translation. We'll delve more into the functions of these later on in the navigation part. Choosing your preference. Before I walk you through each tab, let's first try and toggle the setting of the player by clicking the gear icon. The preference window has 4 sections: About, Personal, Language, and Support. The About section shows the version and the components of the player you are using. In here, you can also see the Reset option, if ever you want to rearrange the player's preferences back to default. In the Personal section, we have the text options, resources, and sound and video. In the text options, you can choose your preferred text style and size with a real-time preview just below the text style box. In resources, you can select your preferred dictionary source, the translation language you need, and also your preferred voice for the narrator of the lessons and activities. In sound and video, you can choose how the sound and video is delivered. You can either play it by streaming or by progressive downloading. In the language section, we have speech and feedback. In speech, you can select your speech scoring profile. Doing this will set the appropriate evaluation system for the learners, whether they are adults or children. Take note that you have to reset the application every time you change the speech option. You can also select your preferred scoring method. You can set which skill the evaluation will be heavier on, by confidence or by pronunciation. In the feedback section, you can change how the program will show the feedback in the Results tab. The choices are Grapheme, IPA, IPA and Grapheme, or none. There's a part of the exercise wherein the system evaluates the learner's pronunciation skills by voice recognition. The progressive evaluation uses color indicators that will represent 3 levels of the learner's pronunciation skill. And in this, you can change the color indicators to your preference. Navigation. Right now, we are on the Lesson tab. This tab contains the lesson for the unit in the form of voice short stories, excerpts, poems, articles, and discussions. In the middle of the window is the media player, and below would be its transcription. If you click on the play button at the bottom left of the media player, an audio-video narration of the lesson will play along with its transcription.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up Jack got, and off did trot, as fast as he could caper, to old Dame Dob, who patched his knob with vinegar and brown paper.
Some units have videos, but for units that only provide an audio recording of the lesson, you can choose to minimize the media player to maximize the transcription page. Once you are done listening carefully to the audio-video narration of the lesson, you can now start recording yourself while reading the transcript. To do this, first, select the first line of the paragraph, then click the microphone icon at the bottom of the window. Wait for it to turn red before you start reading. Now, while recording, you will notice that the words are being highlighted in 3 different colors after you say them. These colors represent how well and how accurate you pronounce these words. Green represents pronunciation like one of a native English speaker. Yellow represents pronunciation which is almost like a native speaker. Red means that you have to work on the correct pronunciation of the word. It should be easier now that you've heard how the word should sound from hearing the original audio narration. But if there are still words you are not sure of, you can always review its pronunciation by double-clicking that word and then clicking on the open book icon or the Hear Word icon at the bottom right of the window. Doing so will prompt the
Crown.
recorded audio of the correct pronunciation.
Tumbling. Pail. Came.
You can also find the definition and translation of that word by clicking the word twice and clicking on the stack of books icon at the bottommost right of the window. Doing so will prompt a small window containing the word's definition and translation. You can change the language it will translate into by clicking the gear icon at the bottom of the window. When the microphone icon turns black, it means the recording has stopped. So, if you want to hear what you've recorded so far, just click on the headphones icon at the bottom of the window, just beside the recording button. Now, let's see what we can find in the other tabs. The second tab is an exercise tab, the Repeat tab. In the Repeat or the Listen and Repeat tab, there will be a list of audio clips. These clips are sentences from the lesson in the Lesson tab. This tab focuses on honing the learner's listening and recall ability. The activity here is to repeat what you heard in each audio clip by clicking on the play button at the bottom of the window.
Defining or identifying.
Once you click on the play button, a headphones icon will appear on the first line. It means that the clip is playing. You have to wait for this icon for you to start repeating what you heard. After you finished recording all the audio clips, all the words will be highlighted in the same legend and representation. Now, let's go to the Typing tab. While the second tab is a Listen and Repeat tab, the Typing tab gauges and aims to improve not only your listening skills but also your typing speed. In this one, you will listen to a different set of audio clips from the lesson and then enter in the first box whatever you heard. Click on the play button at the bottom of the window to start the exercise. Let's head on to the next tab, which is the Questions tab. This tab contains a set of comprehension questions based on the unit's lesson. In here, you just have to select the correct answer among the given choices until you reach the final question. The Question tab is the last exercise tab. After this, we can now look at the result of the exercises. In the Results tab, the number of tabs or items you will see depends on the unit. Activity and Language Skills. The Activity tab contains the results of the exercises in the unit. In the first line, you will see the lesson time, reading time, how many words you were able to read, and the total time you spent on the entire unit's lesson proper. The second, third, and fourth line indicate how much time you spent to accomplish the exercises in repeat, typing, and questions. Just below would be the speed and accuracy progress. In the speed progress, you will see how much you have improved compared to the last units. If the arrow goes down, it means you've done much better before. If it's up and in color yellow, it means you've improved, but you need to work on it more. If there's a check mark, it means you've done great. In accuracy progress, you will see a graph representation of how accurately you've answered the activities in proportion to the time spent. Now, if you go to the Language Skills tab, it will show all the words and phonemes that you need to practice pronouncing, and how much work needs to be done in each. The first section shows all the phonemes used in the activities. The line graph is for you to determine which sounds you pronounce best and which sounds you need to improve on. The next section shows all the words you need to practice pronouncing in this activity. Another tab for the accumulation from all activities. The last tab will show you the specific phonemes you need to focus on in the words. For additional information, you can click on the Phoneme Tutorial tab and watch the supporting video. And we're done with this unit. Now, you want to go back and check out other classes and/or units. For that, go to the top right corner of the window and click on File. This prompts a drop-down where you can either close the unit to check out other units from this class, switch to an entirely different class, or you can choose to log out and use the program another time. But how do you save your progress? Well, all your progress will be auto-saved in the database under your user ID, so you don't have to worry about exiting from the program too early. And we're done! Thanks for listening, and I hope you find this demonstration useful. Enjoy using the program and happy learning!